Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and we're here today with Blue Monday. Yes, Blue Monday has finally started. Now I'm calling this Blue Monday because I am simply overrun with blue scraps, blue crumbs, you name it, and you can pick whatever color you want to do your blocks in, but I'm doing blues. So, and this is going to be a series that every Monday for the next, however long it takes, we're going to do one 12.5-inch unfinished blue block or blue and white block. And we're going to have all sorts of things going on. We're going to do some applique, some English paper piecing, some foundation paper piecing, all sorts of fun stuff. It is going to be a riot. And at the end, I'm going to end up making a charity quilt. So, come sew along with me. You might find some of these blocks a little challenging. Some of them are going to just be fun. Now, before we get any further, Charisma at Charisma's Corner is our shout out today, and her YouTube channel is going to be in the show notes below, as well as the PDF for this block called House. Now, this is I've just discovered her not that long ago, and I've been trying to catch her when I can, and she needs some encouragement, and she needs some, thumbs up. So you guys, when you go over there, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Now, we also have a Facebook group. As we're watching the video, I'll tell you more what's going on with the Facebook group, and the Zoom sew dates are also in the show notes, right? Now, everybody's like, how do I get to the show notes? Go to the See More button. Now, on your device, sometimes you might have to swipe right or left or up or down, but you do get to those show notes because there's lots of stuff in there, like all the cutting instructions and everything else. So, or the PDFs for the patterns. Now, also what you're going to find in those show notes is the collaboration. Please go subscribe to those guys if you haven't done so. The collaboration is going to happen pretty quick here, and those blocks are beautiful. I don't want you guys to miss out. So, without any more further to-dos, let's come on in and get to this sewing. Okay, so here we are at the sewing machine. What you're going to need is, of course, your @1/4 ruler, or a ruler that will measure 1/4 inch. A rotary cutter to trim. Tape is always a good thing to have close at hand. I'm not going to guarantee you that you'll need it, but tape is your friend when things go wrong. A stitch ripper, of course, when you make a mistake. And I use a tracing wheel to score my lines. Now I'm just going to show you. Maybe this one works. Can you see the scoring I've done? Now I can see where they are on the back of my, like I don't need to be sitting there, well, I wonder where this piece is or that piece is, or I've already got it kind of marked out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start, and I'm just going to pick one, and I'm going to get a piece that's kind of big enough for this. We're not going to get fussy with this. We're trying to go for, not speed, but I mean, just kind of like, that one would probably work there. Let's try this here. Let's just cut a piece off here, and I want it to be about that long. And it's triangular shape, so that's fine. That's okay. We'll just put this up here and here. Oh, I suppose I should go the other way because this is 2, not that. Let's put these 2 down just like so. And now we're going to flip it. Now my sewing machine is set for 25 to 30 stitches per inch. So that's going to help us quite a bit. Now I'm just going to lift my pressure foot up and pull this out of the way just a hair, just to get things going and started. I'm going to start about a 1/4 inch away, and I'm going to hold it to go up and down a few times and then go across. There we go. Just hold it. You go 1/4 inch past, and you hold it there. It's really, really that simple. Okay, so this, now I want a dark piece for the roof. So I'm thinking this will probably work. And if it's a little shy, I've got more of that fabric. That's good. This has been kicking around forever, and I'm going to use it up. If I go that way, it's not going to cover. If I go, wait a minute, if I go this way, it'll cover, and I'll have a nice piece left. Still have a pretty reasonable sized piece left. I love foundation paper piecing with my crumbs. I could do that all day long. And I know that's not where some people like to do things, but this is where I like it. I like it very much. And now I'm going to put a dark blue like this, and with a, let's see, I probably need a different shape. Oh, wait a minute. I have this over here. I'm going to just use the, okay, wait a minute. That's not, I need a white. That's what I need. I need a white. Okay, so let's put the one. Got this on the wrong thing going on. So it's a little big, but that's fine. So I'm just going to go two. I was going to go right across. Now you need 4 of these to make this work. Okay? And I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me make 4. I'm going to make you show you how fast one is. And this is very doable. This, doing one at a time. If I'm doing a large project, let's say I was making an entire quilt out of house blocks like this, I would do all the same tasks all together, right? So that's my way of doing this, right? So I just cut off another little piece here. I'm just going to put this down just like so and work that across. So now I'm working on number 3. There. There we go. Get that off. There. Now, here's where you start some trimming. Okay. Now you don't need that great big piece there, right? Like you don't need this big area here. So what you're going to do is you're just going to trim to number 3. You see what I mean by have a great big piece left? But now I can move it out of my crumbs, just like so. There, I can throw it back into my crumbs. I can use it as a string or whatever. I don't need it. And I can also trim this up so it's not quite as bulky. And throw that back in because it's a fairly decent sized piece. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3. And I've picked a bunch of white on whites. Now, if you have a white on white and you're not sure which side is the good side, which side is the bad guy, ultraviolet, or like a black light, right? A black light, from the 70s. And that'll tell you right now whether or not it is a good piece. Now I'm just going to run that real quick through. There we go. Get this off and do another piece. Now these are fun when you're doing your all crazy scraps and you're just having a good time with your day. And I can throw that little piece out that I just cut off here. That's good. That's gone. And I picked out enough out of my scraps, literally, to do all of the piecing, right? So I figure, okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to put this down just like so, because it's got to go right to the bottom and the top. And I want to cut, now I could either do this where I'm trimming and I pull this up and I pull this down and I trim 1/4 inch off with this. Okay, I'll show you this one first. I'll show you this way first. But there is a different way of doing this trimming. Okay, so I will show you this one first and we'll go through. We will do this the right way. Okay. Now, I'm going to push this forward just like that. Just like that. And I'm going to trim it off to get the biggest piece I can, which is right like that. There. And I'm going to put that on the other side because that's the 4 is more sky. We're just going to put that down just like so. And okay. Now, okay. what I was going to show you here. Here's a couple ways of trimming these foundation paper piece things, and I don't think people really talk about this much. See, what I did, okay, is I trimmed off this side, and now I have a perfect little 1/4 inch, and life is grand. Well, I don't have to do it that way. I can just trim off the excess bits. Yes, the quilt is going to be a little bulkier, but if you're in a rush, which I mean, some of us quilt in a rush constantly, you know, that's kind of where, you know, everybody is at. You know, if you have to quilt in a rush, you have to quilt in a rush, right? So I'm just going to put this down across like so and sew it. There we go. And you're approximating your 1/4 inch now, right? I'm just going to move that out of the way because that don't need to be there. So I've got now one piece done. And I've got good coverage, and there's a little shy bit, but it's in the seam allowance. We're good. So the only thing I really have to trim off that could go back into the bin is this, and I'll throw that in there like so. So that's one piece done out of 3. Oh, I forgot these. Oops. Okay, so all right. Now, oops. Now, what most people do is they're also pressing all this stuff like nice and neat, and you know, they're making it so it looks good. And I'm just gonna trim that off rough, like that. Now is too small for anything. So there. Now, when using a tracing wheel, that also helps make this easier to bend. That is so nice. There it is. I was looking for this. Okay, back to what I was going to talk to you about. The Zoom sew dates are listed in the show notes. And this is why those show notes are so important. They always tell you what's going on, right? And I'm going to do the other side while I'm here. Those show notes tell you all what's going on with the channel and the collaboration. Everything is listed in there, like all the dates for the sew date. So if you wanted to come join us, you could. You could come and make a happy day of it. Now I'm going to use some of this white because I've got circles of white. I don't know where I got circles of white from, but we're moving them out of my stash of scraps. Just by like that. And I'm going to have good coverage. Yes, I am. So I might as well just do them just like so. There we go. There, I get a bigger piece. I don't have to worry about it. So it's up to you whether you want to go this route where you're trimming everything nice or not. I mean, that's kind of entirely up to you what you want to do. I mean, I find either way for me works. So I'm going to have lots here. Yes, I am. And I have to pick a doorway fabric, which I probably should pick another blue, right? There we go. Okay. There we go. And another white scrappy circle bits. Oh, I got interfacing in there too. No wonder stuff is... I'm always surprised at the stuff I find in my crumbs. I shouldn't be, but I am. But anyways, there. Now, okay, that's one side. That's the other. That's the wrong side. There we go. Okay, now that's another piece done. So we now have to figure out a door. Because the next piece is going to be a door. And we want to have some fun with the door. We want to put bright color or dark color, or what do we want to do? Oh, let's go. Oh, we could go with a matching roof color. That would work. That would be fun. Okay, let's go this way. Is it big enough? Yeah, it is. let's go this way and just chop it off. And the rest of the piece here is so mangled. Let me throw it out. Because you can throw out mangled bits as well. You know, they don't no longer have to be. So basically I've used darks and mediums in here to make this work. Let's see. I've got good coverage. Yes, I do. Okay. Now, where am I? Where's my plug? Here it is. Okay. There we go. And I've got all but good fabric showing. So next up, last piece. Here we go. Now, the ladybug house. This is what this is called, the ladybug house. I wonder if this would be big enough, because I'm going to be a little on the odd shaped size. These are all weird triangles. Here we go. Okay, let's try that. See if that works. Once it comes out of your crumbs and you start hacking at it, it's like, okay, yeah, we're done. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim. I'm just going to show you how I trim one of them. Right, so now you see how that works, just like so. Now, I do have enough to, let's see. So this is a little tight on the ruler. I wouldn't recommend doing this for all of it. There, so that's one. You cut your longest lengths first. And there we go. There we go. And I'm just going to cut that off. Now I go the other way. Yeah, I would recommend using a ruler. My fingers are a little bit too close for this. So, okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish all the other piecing for the other 3 blocks. And then I'll come back and I'll show you how we put all of this together. Okay? All right, we'll be right back. Okay, so all the blocks are sewn now and all of them are trimmed up. So this is how we're going to sew this together. Basically, this is quick. This is so quick. So you take the bottom and you line it up and you find your foot pedal again because it's wandered off. And you just sew along that seam line. Now you can match up your corners with pins and all the rest of the stuff, but this is such an easy block. It comes together well and you don't usually have any problems. So we're just going to risk it all and just sew. And now what you're going to do is you're going to drop it down and go this way. And now you're just going to put this down on top of that. Line up your corners. And I swear Albert is just whining. Our cat is just whining. And I'm sorry if you can hear him. He has been fed. He has been cuddled. He has been had a nap. He's had water. He's had all sorts of stuff. But he's deciding to whine. But anyways, so here we go. So now there's a couple ways you can lay this block out. Now, I'm just going to press this way, and there we go. So you can do like a 4-patch where they're all just, you know, kind of like this. You could do that, where they're all kind of like pointing in the same direction. You have a directional block when you do that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a half twist, 2 twists, 3 twists. So basically, or backwards twist. So basically now I've got this house block lining up like this, right? So and I think that's a little more interesting. I mean, we could play it safe and just go with the typical house block. My problem is if it gets sewn in upside down or sideways in a quilt, it's upside down or sideways forever. But okay, you know, part of me is like, yeah, let's do this. Another part of me is let's do something funky. Yeah, we'll do something very No, we will do something funky because I don't want all my seams to match up, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to sew it this way. So, okay, so what we're going to do, and we'll push that over just a hair. If we sewed it where it's like normal, it's up to you whether how you want to do this, right? It's your quilt, you do it. You do you the best. Nobody can beat you better. You do you the best. So let's just move this along. Okay. So these two get sewn like this. So basically it comes into a big 4 patch because we're webbing. Oops. Okay. Now here. Now, because, oh, I forgot to tell you about our Facebook group. It's growing quickly. Join. It's a private group. There's lots of community chats, lots going on there all the time. So, yeah, it's been lots of fun. It's been so much fun. Okay, that one flips up. There we go. And the Zoom meetings are in the show notes. It's really important you get access to the show notes. And I don't know what device you're on, but you need access to that because you're missing out. If you don't have access, you're missing out. And there's all sorts of free pattern places where people can see where free patterns are. You know, that's important too. You know, you can have some fun stuff with those free patterns. And the fabric exchanges are also a lot of fun. If you're into something like that. Yeah, moving forward. Okay. Okay, now, before I show you the outside, we're going to just do stay stitching around the outside because that is important. Now, this will swirl as well, right? So these blocks will look like that, right? Okay, so you can see how it's swirled in the middle. So it'll help keep it flat. Now I'm just going to stay stitch within the seam allowance because you never know where those the edge, whether it's bias or not, or you know what exactly has happened. So you're better off just stay stitch it, and then it doesn't distort and get out of shape. There, nice. And yes, I will admit that stay stitching makes it harder for the paper to be removed around the outside edge when you're putting it into a quilt. But you have to weigh it against, am I getting a product that now measures 12.5 inches and that will remain 12.5 inches, right? So it's kind of, and that's why I think people invented tweezers. Because it helps keep everything pretty much. Like I say, this is up to you how you want to lay this out. But we're going to get to our ta-da moment very quickly. There. Okay. Now. Okay. So that's the stay stitching, and now we'll just give it a good press and get to our ta-da moment. Okay, this one was a lot of fun. I do hope you give this one a try. And you can do whatever layout you want to do on this. I mean, I decided I was going to play and have a little bit of fun, but when people start looking at it, I mean, it does look like a house. I mean, you know, where it's all twisted and whatnot.
But I thought I'd have some fun. Anyways, I do hope you give it a try, and I hope you're well and life is treating you gently and kindly. Okay, you take care until we meet each other again on Blue Monday. All right, bye. Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts. Okay, so you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again. Okay, bye.